Lynch of Fort Nature's Groves, although more noted as a runner, is passing at a 50% clip this season. One more completion will put him over the Indians' Class 4A record of 587 yards, a mark which the stocky 170-pounder set himself in 1965. Lynch has rushed for 763 yards and 122 carries, a 6.3-yard average. Plus, he has scored a whopping 13 touchdowns. Alexander, a 172-pounder with deceptive speed and unusual power, has 800 yards and 145 carries and a 5.5 clip. And he's missed the 26-0 romp this year over Lufkin. Alexander has caught the eye of many a college scout this season, most of them admire his ability to find daylight. Meanwhile, much of the running room for the Indians is provided by the blocking of Middleton and Chatagnier. Although both have all the weight potential of their own, they're both halfbacks. The crazy leg Middleton has a 7-yard average in his last 3 starts. Chatagnier, fastest of the Indian backs, has touchdown runs of 37, 26, 80, and 45 yards since the conference race began. Tackle Roy Esquivel, a fast-developing 192-pounder, joins Middleton and Chatagnier as a devastating blocker on sweeps. And we've got many more players which we cannot mention due to our limited time. Let's take a look at Nederland's defense now. The Bulldogs' first line of resistance is manned by Kenneth Walker, 192, John Ferris, 184, plus tackles Leonard Foray, 189, and Homer Strickland, 193. Nederland linebackers, Mike Gilbo, 198, Mike Boland, 200 pounds, and Larry O'Connor, 173, are fierce tacklers. Safety men William Stilley, 165, Bob Barlow, 160, zoom back and forth to harass both passers and receivers. Halfbacks Terry Burke, 132, and Ronnie Gabar, 146, complete Nederland's deep defense. Boland, a junior, is a 2-year starter in a defensive platoon considered still a year away from maturity for the Bulldogs. Of course, you need only to take a good look at the statistics to get a picture of the Nederland offensive attack, statistics which are too numerous and varied for us to mention tonight in our limited amount of time, but we can mention names that deserve standout recognition. Such Bulldog blazers as Steve Stewart, quarterback, who leads the Canines attack. Big Bill Kemp, star tailback, who specializes in kicking and running, and he's not too particular who he carries down the field with him. Ronnie Gabar, not only a defensive regular, but a specialist in the pass reception field. And if it gets anywhere within 10 feet around him, he's got it. So that's a pretty good estimation of what we might see tonight in tonight's game. But we see that we're only moments away from the kickoff in tonight's game, so let's turn things over to the All-American play-by-play man, Dusty Rhodes, for the starting lineups and some exciting football action. Dusty?
Thank you, Bobby, and good evening, sports fans. For the visiting Fort Nature's Groves Indians, at the short side, the left end will be number 81, Mark Graham, a senior, 168 pounds. The short side tackle, number 63, Herbert Lavender, a senior, 186. At center, number 51, Hayden White, a senior, 180 pounds. The strong side guard, number 76, Tony Hall, a senior, 190 pounds. The inside tackle, number 77, Alan Avant, a senior, 188 pounds. The outside tackle, number 72, Roy Esquivel, a senior, 196. And at right end, number 11, Johnny Boudreau, a senior at 153 pounds. In the backfield at quarterback, number 12, Jack Lynch, a senior, 170 pounds. At the halfbacks will be Danny Middleton, a senior, 161, who wears jersey 24. And number 20, Scott Chatagnier, a senior, 146-pounder. And at fullback will be number 22, Tommy Alexander, a senior, 180-pounder. For the Nederland Bulldogs at left end, number 83, Billy Chester, a senior, 167 pounds. At left tackle, number 71, Gale Welch, a senior, 181. At left guard, number 67, Steve Crossan, a junior, 173. At center, number 50, Ted Arnold, a senior, 187 pounds. At right guard, number 60, Mike Cisak, a senior, 165 pounds. At right tackle, number 74, John Ferris, a senior, 184 pounds. And at right end, Steve DeRoy, a sophomore, at 164 pounds. In the backfield at quarterback, number 10, Steve Stewart, a senior, 178 pounds. Number 31, Mike Boland, 197 at fullback. And at tailback, number 30, Bill Kemp, a senior, 198-pounder. And at the slot back, number 40, Ronnie Gabar, a senior, 146 pounds. Nederland will field a ball club with a line averaging 174 pounds, the backfield 179 pounds. The Fort Nature's Groves Indians line will average 180 pounds, and the backfield 164 pounds. So there you have the starting lineups for both ball clubs, the Nederland Bulldogs and the Fort Nature's Groves Indians. Well, the captains for the Nederland Bulldogs, Bill Kemp and John Ferris, are meeting with the captains for the Fort Nature's Groves Indians. The seniors on the ball club, all of the seniors are acting as captains tonight, but the captains that will be calling the shots for the Fort Nature's Groves Indians will be Randy Lawson, Roy Esquivel, And we'll pick up the other one for you in just a moment as soon as they move away. And Tommy Alexander, number 22. The officials for tonight's ball game, the referee is Bobby Jones, the umpire Aubrey Sutter, the field judge is M.T. Knight, the head linesman is Bert Lee, the timer is Billy Gazzardo. Nederland, Fort Nature's Groves has won the toss and will defend the goal to our left, which is the south goal. Nederland will kick off from the goal to our right, which is the north goal. We'll have football underway in 1 moment. The Nederland Bulldogs will kick off, and it will be Big Bill Kemp to do the kicking for the Bulldogs. They will kick from the goal on our right, which is the north goal. And now going back to receive the kick, and the deep man for the Fort Nature's Groves Indians will be Paul Young. Down the middle. On the far side will be Scott Chatanier. And on the near side will be Danny Middleton. Chatanier and Middleton, along with Paul Young, as Bill Kemp has the ball set up to his liking. We await the whistle from referee Bobby Jones, and this all-important ball game for both ball clubs will be underway. Bill Kemp back now and ready. Raises his hand, and you'll hear the whistle. There it is. Kemp gets a toe into it, going down, and it's Young waiting for it at the 5-yard line. Chatanier in front of him to the 15, the 20, and up to the 25-yard line, where he's hit and brought down. The man to make the stop for the Nederland Bulldogs was Mike Gilbo. So offensively now, as we get ready to go to work, the Fort Nature's Groves Indians own the ball on their own 26-yard line with a first down and 10. Jack Lynch at the quarterback slot. Middleton flanked to the left side as Lynch goes under. Lynch handing off on the faking, and do a beautiful fake, throws the bomb, and it's almost intercepted by Kerry Burke. Kerry Burke moving down, the pass intended for Johnny Boudreau. Jack Lynch did a beautiful job of faking to Tommy Alexander in the center, and from the right spot, Johnny Boudreau came deep, but Kerry Burke was over to bat the pass away at the Nederland 40-yard line. So it will be second down now, and 10 from the 26-yard line. No score in our ball game. Ready to go. Middleton on the wing to the left side. Faking and keeping, going wide to the left is Lynch, rolling out, and he's hit as he hits the 30-yard line up to the 32. Rolling him out on the far side was Bob Barlow, along with Larry O'Connor. Barlow and O'Connor making the stop. It will be third down coming, and about 4 yards needed. 6 yards picked up. 3rd and 4. Boudreau split to the right side as Lynch goes under. Back to pass as Lynch goes a swing out, and it is intended for Johnny Boudreau. He had it in his hands but could not hold on to it. Kerry Burke over covering. It brings up fourth down now and leaves the 4 yards needed on a kicking situation as Gabar goes back to receive the kick. Audrey Huseman, number 73, goes back in punt formation, back to the 20-yard line, steps back to the 19 as Gabar waits at the 30. Here's the snap, high, a good rush on it, and it was partially blocked. Coming over on the side, it will hit and bounce. Roll takes a needle and bounce and rolls back to the 39-yard line of the Fort Nature's Groves Indians. In giving a bad rush was Ricky McKeever, who went charging through, got a hand on that kick from the toe of Audrey Huseman, partially deflecting it. It hit and rolled back. It's Nederland's ball, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. The ball at the hash mark on the far side. Nederland with both ends split. Chester to the right side. Gabar flanked to the left, and Stewart calls for quiet as Stewart goes under. Stewart giving to Bill Kemp. A hole opens on the left side across the 35 down to around the 34-yard line. And Randy Lee and Cliff Hammonds make the stop. It will be second down coming now, and about 6 needed. 4 yards picked up. The ball at the 34-yard line of the Indians as the Bulldogs come out of the huddle with Gabar going to the right side and Chester to the left. Stewart at quarterback. A 3-4-4 is the defensive pattern. A pitch back to Kemp. A hole opens up. Stewart throws a block for him, and he's drugged down from behind at the 26-yard line on the far side of the field, and it was Cliff Hammond who drug him down. So it will be 1st and 10 for Nederland now at the 27-yard line of the Port Neches Groves Indians. The Nederland Bulldogs moving on the ground. Chester goes to the right side. Gabar comes left. Stewart up and under. A 7-2-2, the defensive pattern now. Stewart back, throws to Gabar, comes to Chester, complete at the 15-yard line. And he's brought down by Glenn Minnick and Mark Graham. And it's another first down for the Nederland Bulldogs at the 14-yard line. On the 14 of the Indians as Nederland comes out of the huddle. Chester split to the right side. Gabar is flanked left. The defense is spread now. And to a 7-4. Into Bill Kemp over the left side. Kemp gets to the 10-yard line as the whole left defensive side. Tony Hall, James Mesa, Cliff Hammond from his linebacker spot, and Thomas McGarity from his defensive end came in to make the stop. It will be second down coming and about 7 yards needed. 3 picked up. The ball at the 10-yard line. In possession of Nederland. Chester to the right side. Gabar is flanked left as Stewart comes up and under. A 3-4-4, the defensive pattern. Stewart back, fakes to Kemp, throws outside, complete at the 6, 7, 8-yard line. To the 8-yard line. And that was Fleming. Fleming making the catch. It will be third down. That's Gale Welch. Gale Welch made that catch. Gale Welch, they've changed jerseys on us, and Welch is the man that made the catch. Brown has replaced Kemp at tailback. Stewart pops it over, and it's incomplete. Intended for Billy Chester. Double coverage on Chester. Minnick and Hammond both teamed up on him. He had the ball but could not hold on to it. It will be fourth down coming, and here goes Kemp. He's going for a field goal. Kemp will attempt to kick a field goal. 8:19 left in the first quarter. No score in our ball game. Menchaca goes in to do the holding for Bill Kemp. Kemp will be kicking at an angle from the hash mark at the 15-yard line on the near side of the field, and the wind is blowing across. There's a snap, a flag is thrown, and a delay of the ball game, I believe, against Nederland. Chester goes back in, Stewart goes in, Boland goes in, Welch goes back in the ball game, and Cisak goes back in. A 5-yard penalty against the Bulldogs for delay of the ball game. Moves the ball back now to the 14-yard line. Back to the 14-yard line. And it will be fourth down and 9 needed as Nederland comes out of the huddle. Gabar goes to the right side. Chester is split left. Here's the snap to Stewart. Back to pass on the down and in pattern. Touchdown, Nederland. Ronnie Gabar. Listen to the crowd. On that play, Steve Stewart sent Gabar down and across right in front of the goal post and hit him dead center as he crossed the goal line. The try for extra point coming up. Menchaca to hold with Bill Kemp to kick. There's the snap. It's down. Plenty of time. It's up. It's in the air, and it's good. 7-0 our score. Nederland over Port Neches. Getting ready to kick off with 8 minutes and 14 seconds left in the first quarter. Nederland ahead 7-0. Kemp will do the kicking. Scott Chatanier on the far side. Paul Young down the middle. And Danny Middleton on the near sideline. As the Nederland Bulldogs get ready to kick off. There's the whistle. Kemp advances on the ball. Toe into it, a good one. It will be Young. Young takes it at the 7. Back to the 10, the 15, comes to the outside, gets a good block, and is pulled down at the 31-yard line. Mike Gilbo hit him first, along with Bill Kemp, to drop him down at the 31. So it'll be first down and 10 now for the Indians of Port Neches Groves at their own 31-yard line, with Lynch, Chatanier, Alexander, and Middleton in the backfield. The defensive unit for Nederland, Walker, Strickland, Foray, and Farris across the front. Boudreau split to the right side as Lynch goes under. In motion to the left goes Danny Middleton. Straight up the middle, handing off to Tommy Alexander. Fights across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Mike Gilbo getting the tackle with an assist by Homer Strickland. It'll be first down and 10 now for Fort Neches Groves from the 42-yard line at the hash mark on the near side as the Indians come out of their huddle with Boudreaux split to the right side. Lynch at quarterback. Here's Lynch once again, faking that same play and trying to come through to hit the 45 up to the 46. Making the tackle for Nederland was Larry O'Connor. Larry O'Connor. It's second down now and 6. 4 yards picked up. The ball at the 47-yard line. Boudreaux will be split to the left side. Chatagna on a wing to the left as Lynch goes under. Lynch gives to Alexander, going to the left side to Week. His feet are cut almost out from under him. He's down, one man between him. Bolin hits him and finally stops him at the 30-yard line, down to the 29-yard line of the Nederland Bulldogs. Tommy Alexander was hit as he crossed midfield, hit again at the 40, and then fought his way down to the 29-yard line of Nederland, where it will be first and 10 for the Indians. 6 minutes and 29 seconds left. The Indians out of the huddle with Boudreaux split to the right side. Chatagna in a slot to the right as Lynch goes under. Here's Lynch faking, getting to Alexander, and Alexander is hit. The first man to hit him was Gilbo. Bob Barlow also getting a piece of the tackle, and Larry O'Connor. 2 yards picked up. It will be second down and 8. Second and 8. The ball on the 27-yard line of Nederland. Second down and 8 as the huddle breaks. Young split to the right side this time. In motion to the left goes Middleton. Straight up the middle on a draw to Chatagna. Chatagna coming wide to the right and is pulled down. Fumbled, and there's a pile up for it, but it's an Indian recovery at the 11-yard line. On the 11-yard line, Scotty Chatagna breaking to the right side, and it was Terry Burt who made the stop. He fumbled it, but managed to pull it back, and it will be first down and 10. The ball at the 11-yard line. Here's the huddle as it breaks. Boudreaux will be split to the left side. Chatagna, slot left. Lynch pitches back to Alexander, shot at and missed by O'Connor, still on his feet fighting, and is pulled down around the 2-yard line on the far side of the field by Mike Gilbo and Terry Burt. And it will be about a half yard needed. About a half yard on the 3-yard line. So it will be second down coming now as the Fort Neches Groves Indians took the opening kickoff and have driven down after Nederland had scored. Young has subbed in for Boudreaux, split to the left side. Lynch at quarterback. Lynch under, gives to Alexander, touchdown for the Fort Neches Groves Indians. Seven to 6 our score with a try for extra point coming up. It will be Johnny Rogers to attempt the conversion. 7 to 6 the score. Jerry Harvey will hold. Rogers kicking barefooted. Here's the snap. The toe is into it. And it's good. 7 to 7 our score. Minutes and 36 seconds of playing time left in the first quarter. And 7 to 7 is our score as the Indians get ready to kick up. They tee the ball up at the hash mark on the near sideline. And to do the kicking will be Jerry Sterling. Gabar is the deep man. On the near side is Steve DeRoyne. On the far side is Terry Burt. Jerry Sterling advances on the ball. Gets a toe into it. It's a low wobble one, and it will be picked up on the far side at the 33-yard line. Terry Burt took it. It was a short kick, and he could go nowhere with it. Went to the ground on his knees, and it's placed down on the 33, where it will be Nederland's ball, first and 10 from that point. 7 to 7 our score with 4 minutes and 32 seconds of playing time left in the first quarter. As the Bulldogs come out of their huddle with Chester to the right side, Gabar flanked to the left. Stewart is under. Stewart gives to Kemp. Kemp tries a cutback, and the hole closes as he crosses the 35, hits the 36-yard line, and Randy Lee comes in to make the stop. So it will be second down now and 7. 3 yards picked up by Bill Kemp. Kemp starting to go out to the outside, found it blocked, cut back in over tackle, and was dropped by Lee. Chester to the right side. Gabar flanked left. Stewart under. Back to pass is Stewart. Throws it out here, and it is incomplete. The pass intended for Gabar. Gabar had stayed in behind his defender. Paul Young had overrun Gabar, but the pass was thrown a bit behind him. He had to dive back to try to catch it, and it was off the tips of his finger. Third down coming, and 7. Here goes Tommy Brown into the ball game now, replacing Bill Kemp at tailback for the Nederland Bulldogs. 3:46 left to play in the first quarter. 7-7 is our score, and here comes Nederland out of the huddle. Chester split to the right side. Gabar is flanked left. Stewart under. A 6-2-3 is the defensive pattern. Stewart back to pass, throws it out this time, and it's overthrown. Thrown behind. Gabar had worked in, and pass interference is called. Pass interference is called back around the 43-yard line. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Nederland Bulldogs at the 43. The ball placed at the hash mark on the near sideline. Brown comes out. Kemp goes back in at tailback. Here's the huddle breaking. Chester comes to the left side, is split to the left, and Gabar is flanked wide to the right as Stewart comes up and under. Stewart pitching to Kemp, going right, breaks away from one. Kemp at the 45. Kemp head on to the 40-yard line. Driving down head, carrying 2 men with him, Randy Lee, and it was Glenn Minnick who finally came up to make the tackle secure. It'll be first and 10 at the 40-yard line. The ball at the hash mark on the far side of the field. 3:21 left in the first quarter. 7-7 our score. Nederland and Fort Neches tied up. Chester split to the right side. Gabar is flanked left as Stewart goes up and under. Bolin and Kemp behind him. A fake to Kemp, rolls to the right, and he's dropped behind at the 49-yard line. Coming through from the blind side was Jerry Minyard, who came through from his defensive end on the left side and dropped Stewart back to the 49-yard line. So it will be second down coming now, and 15, 18, 19 needed. Second down and 19 as Tommy Brown goes into the ball game at tailback, replacing Bill Kemp. Kemp off and Brown in. Nederland breaking their huddle with Gabar flanked to the right side. Chester split left. Stewart back and under. The flag is down. Chester, the tight end, is hit at the 38-yard line. As soon as he caught the ball, Jerry Harvey was on top of him, but the flag is thrown, and the option, I believe, is resting with the Fort Neches Groves Indians. That pickup was good for about 9 yards, but the option is resting with the Fort Neches Groves Indians. So let's see if they'll take the play or the penalty. There's a signal that they're going to take the penalty. 5 yards stepped off against the Nederland Bulldogs offside. Moves the ball back to the Nederland 47-yard line. It brings up second down and 24 yards needed. Second and 24 as Nederland comes out of the huddle with Gabar flanked to the right side. Chester is split out about 3 yards to the left side. Stewart going under. A 6-1-4 is the defensive pattern. Stewart back to pass. The flag is thrown. Here goes the bomb. And it is incomplete, intended for Gabar. High in the air, but a flag was thrown. Over was Glenn Minnick covering Gabar. Illegal procedure against the Nederland Bulldogs. And that happened on the right side as Gabar jumped the gun just a little and could not get back and come to a stop before the second expired. It'll cost him a 5-yard penalty, or in all probability illegal procedure against Nederland will be declined to advance the down. Bring it up third down now and make it 24 yards needed. Third and 24. As Nederland comes out of the huddle with Gabar flanked wide to the right. Chester split left. A 6-1-4. And handed to Kemp. Kemp can't go as he's stacked up in the middle. A mix-up on the plays and the whole center of the line. Meza, Lee, and Dickerson, along with Roy Esquivel and Cliff Hammond, made the stop. So it brings up fourth down now and a kicking situation for the Nederland Bulldogs. Tommy Brown goes in to do the kicking. The deep man back will be Paul Young. The short man will be Jerry Harvey. Paul Young back around the 13-yard line. Here's the snap to Brown. Brown gets the kickoff, angling over towards the far side. Young going back after it. It gets away from him. Needleland will kill the ball, I believe, on the 1 yard line. Nope. It went in. He made a desperate dive for it. Getting down to Lynch, Catania, Alexander, and Middleton in the backfield. Boudreau split to the right side as Lynch goes under. In motion to the left side goes Middleton. A handoff to Alexander. This time that hole closed up, and the man who was in first was Kenneth Walker, getting some help in there from Leonard Foray to make the stop. It will be second down and about 8 needed. Second down and 8, the ball on the 22-yard line of the Indians. Young has gone in, replacing Boudreau at end. Young will be split to the right side. Lynch under. In motion to the left goes Middleton. A handoff, a fake handoff, and it kept by Lynch as he goes wide to the left, fumbles the ball off the field of play, but they will retain possession of the ball as he was hit at the 25-yard line on the far side by Gabar. Ronnie Gabar carrying him off the field at the 25-yard line. It brings up third down now and leaves 3 yards. 3rd and 3. Here's the Indians huddle breaking. With Boudreau split to the left side, he has replaced Young. Middleton on a wing to the right. A pitch back to Alexander. Alexander can't go as the whole defensive left side of the Nederland line was in on top of him. Gabar and Mike Boland and Bob Barlow also getting a piece of that tackle along with Homer Strickland. And it's 4th down and 3. And a kicking situation now arises for the Port Neches Groves Indians. 28 seconds of playing time left in the first quarter. Back in punt formation is Audrey Huseman, standing back on the 13-yard line. Here's the snap. Huseman gets it off. This time a high spiral coming back. Gabar signals for the ball at the 39-yard line. A fair catch, and Nederland takes over on their own 39 with the first down and 10 with 13 seconds of playing time left in the first quarter. 7-7 our score. Nederland and Port Neches here at Bulldog Stadium. The Port Neches Groves Indians gets their defensive unit in, and we're ready to go to work with Steve Stewart, Mike Boland, Bill Kemp, and Ronnie Gabar in the backfield. DeRuin has replaced Chester on the left side. And there is the end of the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, our score, Nederland 7, Port Neches ruined to the left side. Chester to the right. Gabar has come out of the ball game. Stewart, Kemp, and Boland, the remainder of the backfield. There's a handoff to Kemp as he comes left, hits the 30 to the 32-yard line, and that's all there is as the whole right side. Mark Graham, Roy Esquivel, Jerry Maynard, and Donald Dickerson were there to greet him. It will be second down and 7, 3 yards picked up. The ball at the 32-yard line in Nederland's end of the field. 7-7 our score in the second quarter. DeRuin, flank to the right side. Chester split left. Stewart is under. Stewart pitches to Kemp. Stewart, there's a block for Kemp at the 40, at the 45, and is pulled down on the 46-yard line in a diving tackle by Mark Graham. So it'll be 1st and 10 Nederland now from the 46. 7-7 our score. 11 minutes and 10 seconds of playing time left in the second quarter. The ball at the 46-yard line as Nederland comes out of the huddle. DeRuin will be flanked to the left side with Chester split right. Into the I formation goes Stewart, Boland, and Kemp. Kemp to the left side on the pitch by Stewart. That hole opened up, and Kemp drives across the 45 down to around the 44. He might have gotten to the 43. Let's clear him away as we find out who came out from under the bottom of that tackle for the Indians. It was Scotty LeBlue. LeBlue making the tackle. So it will be second down now and about a half yard needed. The ball at the 44-yard line in Port Neches' end of the field. DeRuin to the right side. Chester to the left. Stewart, Boland, and Kemp. To Kemp again. Kemp finds that hole through the middle. He's got his first down to the 38-yard line, and making the tackle was Tony Hall. 1st and 10, Nederland now at the 39-yard line of Port Neches Grove. And timeout is being called by the Port Neches Groves Indians. Our score 7-7. Ready to go back to play now with the Nederland Bulldogs owning the ball with the 1st and 10 at the Indians' 39-yard line. 7-7 is our score. 10 minutes and 4 seconds of playing time left in the second quarter of tonight's ball game, as the Nederland Bulldogs get ready to go to play. Tommy Brown has gone into the ball game, and Kemp has come out. Brown in and Kemp out. Nederland owning the ball on the 39-yard line of the Indians with a 1st and 10. A slight breeze beginning to blow in now from the north at about 3 to 5 miles an hour. Chester comes to the right side, split, and DeRuin is flanked left. Stewart, Kemp, and Poland. There's a handoff to Kemp. That hole opened wide. Kemp drives to the 20-yard line. Kemp getting to the 20, and the man that made the stop was Gary Sterling. At the 30 is where the knee touched down. At the 30-yard line on the far side of the field. So it will be 2nd down and 2. Kemp picking up 8 yards. Here's the huddle breaking. DeRuin flanked to the right side. Chester split left. Stewart under. Stewart gives to Kemp. Kemp driving, puts his head down and fights to the 26-yard line. And here's a red flag thrown. A personal foul being called against the Fort Nature's Groves Indians. Number 64, Cliff Hammond, came in. He could not stop and threw a knee into Kemp's back. But it will be yardage stepped off against the Fort Nature's Groves Indians. A discussion among the officials. Bill Kemp coming off now. Tommy Brown has gone in. A personal foul. They picked up a 1st down and a personal foul. 15 yards stepped off against the Fort Nature's Groves Indians, puts the ball on the 13-yard line. And it's 1st and 10 Nederland at the 13 of the Indians. Here's the Bulldogs as they break their huddle, with Chester coming to the right side. DeRuin flanked left. It's Stewart, Poland, and Brown in the backfield now. Stewart, a fumble. Stewart catches it out of the air, comes to the right, and is brought down from behind. It was Roy Esquivel who shot the gap and dropped him back at the 20-yard line. A 7-yard loss. So it will be 2nd down now and 17 needed. Gabar and Kemp go back into the ball game as DeRuin comes out and Brown comes out. 7-7 our score. 8:57 left. Chester to the right side. Gabar to the left. 2nd down, 17 needed. As Stewart goes under. Stewart back to pass, looking for Gabar. Throws to Gabar, hits Gabar, and a flag is thrown. Gabar was hit at the 7-yard line, but a flag was thrown. Let's see what it is. A flag thrown back around the 19, and yardage is going to be stepped off against the Nederland Bulldogs. "15 yards against the Nederland Bulldogs," moves the ball back to the 34-yard line and makes it 2nd down and 25. An illegal receiver, being the man downfield, cost the Bulldogs 15 yards. So it'll be 2nd down now and about 25 needed as the Bulldogs break their huddle with Gabar to the right side, Chester to the left. Stewart going under. Here's Stewart. Fakes to Brown, bootlegs, rolls back, throws the bomb. Gabar's deep, and he overthrows him in the end zone. Overthrowing him in the end zone, Gabar had worked his way in behind the defenders, 4 of them down covering him. Mark Graham and Jerry Harvey were down covering the 2 men closest to him, along with Terry Perkins. It will be 3rd down and 25 now. 3rd and 25. Here goes Kemp back into the ball game, replacing Brown. 7-7 our score. 8:37 left to play in the second quarter as the Nederland Bulldogs, a 15-yard penalty and a 7-yard loss has set them back to the 34-yard line. Gabar to the left. Chester is split right. Stewart moving up and under. Here's Stewart, a quick pass to Gale Welch on the tackle eligible, and Welch fights to the 21-yard line. Welch getting to the 21 as Jerry Harvey made the tackle. So it brings up 4th down now and about 10-15 needed. 4th and 15. The ball at the 21-yard line. And timeout is being called by the Nederland Bulldogs with our score Nederland 7, Fort Nature's Grove 7. ready to go back to play now as the Nederland Bulldogs have fourth down coming. They have the ball at the 22-yard line. Fourth down, Nederland with Brown in the ball game now. Brown has gone in along with Ted Arnold. Dolby and Bill Kemp is going to attempt a field goal from the 28-yard line. Kemp will be kicking from the 28-yard line. Menchaca will hold. There's the snap. It's down. Kemp has a toe. It's blocked. It's blocked. Let's see. There's a scramble for it, and Sahu recovered it. A big pile up for it, and let's see. Back around the 40-yard line. That was blocked. The big lineman coming through was Randy Lee, who blocked it, and it is a Fort Neches Groves recovery at the 41-yard line. So good field position now for the Fort Neches Groves Indians at the 41-yard line with 8 minutes and 3 seconds of playing time left in the second quarter. 7-7 our score. Here's the huddle breaking with Johnny Boudreau split to the right side. Danny Middleton flanked to the left. Chatagna moving slotted and mix-up in signals as the Indians call timeout once again. 7 minutes and 50 seconds of playing time left in the second quarter. 7-7, our ready to go back to play. The Fort Neches Groves Indians, 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line. Chatagna flanked to the left side. In motion to the left comes Middleton. A handoff to Alexander, and it's Mike Bolin who makes the stop on him as he crosses the 45, 46, 47-yard line. It will be second down coming now, and about 6 yards picked up. Paul Young goes out, and Johnny Boudreau comes back in at right end for the Indians. Middleton to the left. Lynch under. Lynch to Chatagna, and Chatagna is hit crossing the 50 to the 49-yard line. It was Kenneth Walker who made the stop. 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1 at the 49-yard line. Here comes the Indians out of their huddle now. Young has come back into the ball game. He will be split to the left side as Lynch goes under. Here's Lynch giving to his fullback, Tony Alexander, and he's still fighting down to the 47-yard line. On the 47, Bob Barlow in, and it's a first down. Bob Barlow and Larry O'Connor made the stop. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians at the Nederland 47-yard line. Here's the Indians as they break their huddle with Boudreau split to the right side. Middleton is flanked left. Lynch going under. Here's Lynch passing out to, and it's incomplete. That pass intended for Boudreau, but Gary Burke was there, along with William Stilley to break it up. It will be second down and 10. Young comes back in the ball game, replacing Boudreau at right end for the Indians. 7-7 our score with 6:18 left to play in the second quarter. Here's the huddle breaking now with Young split out about 2 yards to the right side into the T formation with Lynch under. Lynch fakes, goes back to pass, can't get it away, looking for his receiver on the far side and heads for the sidelines where he's rolled out of bounds around the 45. Let's see where they bring it back in. Barlow and Bolin crowding him out of bounds. At the 45, it brings up 3rd down and leaves about 7.5. 3rd and about 7.5 at the Nederland 45-yard line with 6 minutes and 11 seconds of playing time left in the second quarter. Chatagna flanked wide to the left this time as Lynch goes under. Here's Lynch back to pass, sets, throws it out, and it is completed at the 35, down on the 33-yard line. Stilley is the man who made the stop on him, and it was Jerry Minyard who caught the pass, and it's a first down for the Indians at the 33-yard line of Nederland. Boudreau goes out. Young comes in at the end position on the right side for the Indians. Scotty LeBleu comes in the ball game defensively, replacing Tony Hall. Young going to the right side now, into the T formation. In motion to the left comes Middleton. To Scott Chatagna through the middle, and Forey is the first man to hit him. Strickland gets another piece, and Mike Bolin also in on the tackle at the 31-yard line. On the 31, So it will be second down now and 7. 2nd and 7. Coming back into the ball game is Johnny Boudreau and Mark Graham. Boudreau and Graham. Minyard has gone out. Boudreau to the right side. A slot to the right as Lynch goes under. Here's Lynch giving to Alexander, and Alexander drags two with him. Foray was on top of him, holding on to him, and he drug him to the 26-yard line of the Nederland Bulldogs. It brings up 4th down now. Beg your pardon, it brings up 3rd down and leaves 3. 3rd down and 3. The ball at the 26-yard line of the Nederland Bulldogs in possession of the Indians. As Paul Young is split right. Chatagnier flanked to the left side. Lynch going under. Lynch up the middle to Alexander. He breaks through and gets his first down around the 15-yard line. A quick opener through the middle to Tony Alexander. The hole was opened by Alan Avance, Tony Hall, and Roy Esquivel as it opened wide, and it's 1st and 10 for the Indians at the 15-yard line. 4 minutes and 1 second of playing time left in the second quarter. 7-7 the score as the huddle breaks. Boudreau to the right side. Lynch under. In motion to the left comes Middleton. And he can't go. Lynch faking the ball, trying to run with it. Coming across was John Ferris, who made the tackle, dropping him for about a 2-yard loss back around the 17-yard line. So it will be 2nd down and about 12 needed now. Boudreau goes out and Young comes back in. Mark Graham is the short side end on the left side. This time he switches to the right side and brings Young split to the left. A slot to the left side is Chatagnier. Coming to the left is Alexander, and he can't move as he gets down around the 18-yard line. In to meet him was Mike Gilbo. So it will be 3rd down now and about 9 yards needed. 3rd and 9. 2:57 left to play in the second quarter. Young goes out. Boudreau comes back in at the split end position for the Fort Neches Groves Indians. Boudreau will be split to the right side with Chatagnier slotted right. Lynch moving up and under. Here's the snap to Lynch. Gives to Alexander, and Alexander fights down to the 10-yard line, dragging two with him. Larry O'Connor was the man who finally made the stop. It will be 4th down now and about 5.5 yards needed. And here comes Mike Bolin into the ball game defensively for the Nederland Bulldogs. Bolin replacing Larry Wilkerson at the middle linebacker slot. 4th down coming, and they're going to go for the field goal. Johnny Rogers will do the kicking. Jerry Harvey will hold. There's the snap. It's down. It's up. And it's good. Score 10 for the Fort Neches Groves Indians, 7 for the Nederland Bulldogs. Fort Neches Groves Indians are getting ready to kick off. The Nederland Bulldogs set to receive the kick. Steve DeRuin on the far side. Ronnie Gabar down the near side. And it will be Gary Sterling to do the kicking. Getting the ball set to his liking. Gary Sterling, this could be an onside kick. We'll watch it very carefully, but it is not. It's a boomer going down. DeRuin lets the ball get away from him, goes into the end zone, back to the 5, 10, the 15, and still fights his way up to the 17-yard line, and a red flag is thrown. DeRuin bringing it out to the 17, but a flag was thrown, let's see, against the Fort Neches Groves Indians, 15 yards. Moves the ball up to the 29-yard line. A personal foul against the Indians, and it will be Nederland's ball, 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line, with 1 minute and 53 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Fort Neches Groves leads 10-7. Gabar will be flanked to the right side. Chester split left. Stewart, Bolin, and Kemp in the backfield as Stewart goes under a fumble, and Stewart picks it up at the 20-yard line. Back to the 20-yard line, a 9-yard loss as Stewart goes back to the 20. 2nd down and 19. Second down and 19 needed by the Nederland Bulldogs with 1 minute and 33 seconds of playing time left in the second quarter. Here's the huddle breaking once again with Gabar flanked to the right side. Chester split left. Stewart going under. Stewart gives to Kemp. Kemp hit behind the line at the 19-yard line. Shooting the gap to come through to make the tackle was James Meza. Meza, 185-pounder, dropping for a yard loss. It will bring up third down and 20 now. Here goes DeRuin into the ball game. DeRuin going in, 1 minute left to play. 10-7 the score. Third down and 20 yards needed as Gabar comes out of the ball game. DeRuin flanked to the right side. Chester split left into the I formation. Stewart is under. Stewart back to pass, looking for Chester's, going to the outside. Chester's got it and out of bounds at the 29-yard line. On the 29. And the clock is stopped as he went off the field to play. As the clock is still running at 29.
End of first half.